Welcome to the official podcast of the National Pickleball League, where we go inside the NPL. Welcome to Everything and the Kitchen Dink. My name is Michael Hammer Mike Chen, along with Rick Ripskin Witsken, the co-founder of NPL with me and Beth Bellamy, and David the Professor George, my teammate on the Kansas City Stingers. And of course, last but not least, Jen Bone Crusher Gallwas. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition. We got an exciting edition today and a special guest from the co-champions of week one coming up, Amy Blumrosen of the Houston Hammers. But before we get started, let's just do a recap of last week. We talked a lot with Jeff McKnight, who is the owner as well, the Columbus Hotshots, who tied with the Houston Hammers for first place. Great interview. Talked about his team. We've all predicted, and I'll give David George credit. He predicted them to be one of the better teams. I don't think any of us really predicted the Houston Hammers to go 4-0 week one, but they did well. So any thoughts about recapping on any other surprises, of the first week of the teams? Any surprises from your point of view?
There's two women that kind of caught my eye. I'm a little biased because one of them was on my team, but this gal was a high-level college tennis player. Her name is Heather Iffert. She's from my hometown. She's really good. She played with, she played against Natalie Bagby, which obviously is a great player, and Chris Anderson. And she played with Gina Salento on our team, and they won the first game against Natalie and Chris. So for them to lose in three and her first time playing in a line one, and that was amazing. I was really happy to see that. And I really didn't know Cara Beth Lee, and I sat and watched her play a little bit. And I'm like, man, she's good. She's real good. So
she gave Dane and Kim Jade a run for their money, right? 3 sets. They lost in a close third set on center court, but she hung in there tough, incredible. With her and Stefan Andren. What a great match that was.
She did. So to me, it was fun to see the people I didn't really know, hadn't seen play at line one and do well. Those two women stood out to me. How about you, Michael or David or Jen?
I'll give one at top of my Tommy Ho, huh? I never saw him play. But holy cow, he's impressive, isn't he? Coming into the sport like red on fire, really winning a lot of his matches. And I was very impressed. He played against us, the Kansas City Stingers. And David had a bullseye observation of Tommy Ho. Any thoughts about him?
That's who you start with, Michael? Really? Like that's who you start with? Just got crushed. Like one game was close. One game we just got absolutely blitzed. I'm like, who is this guy? And I'm like, man, this guy is really good. Thanks, Michael, for starting with that.
Wait, we played him in Houston, didn't we? Tommy? Against Tommy and Yannette? Yeah.
Huh.
In that one APP tournament. I think he played with Yannette, who's on your team.
Ripsken?
See, I have a better memory than the professor.
And that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. So we played against him.
So Michael pointed out my loss, and then Jen pointed out it's even worse because you didn't even remember the other match. So
it was our first medal. We had beat them to,
Oh, we won?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great then. I guess it's not that bad as I thought.
So anybody else, David, tell me who you pointed out that you thought was.
Here's my hot take, is that the best teams aren't as good as I thought, and the worst teams are better than I thought. I just think it's so even, and the talent is really spread out. You'd look at some of the top teams from the weekend and some of the lower teams from the weekend, and they would lose, but it would be 7-5. If you really look at the matches and the team score, it was very even. I still think Columbus is the best team. I still think Houston may be slightly overrated. We'll see. I think Amy's going to crush me here in a second. I love our team. All right. We're missing 2 players.
Yeah.
She recently did great in New York. Natasha wasn't there. So I think some egos might get upset as we try to fit those 2 into our lineup, because those
Natasha
are solid.
Natasha and Hugh LaRogue. Wow, I can't wait to see them play in our team.
Like our best 6 is going to be very competitive. I'm kind of feeling Denver. I just like their balance. I like their mixed teams. Their women are really solid. They have a good vibe.
Yeah,
I don't know how
I
else
think
to
so too.
describe
I
it.
think Denver's good.
I love Fliegelman as just a human player, leader, knowledge of the game. I like their chemistry. Rick, we talked about this last time. Chemistry is so important at this long. You got a lot of egos, all right? You got a lot of great players and a lot of great egos, some big personalities. And the way the owners and the managers can kind of rein in some of those big personalities and keep that team chemistry, I think that's going to go a long way. And I just really like Denver's vibe.
Well,
Man,
obviously, I have to share that love because I helped draft that team, and there is a dark horse that I practiced with about a month and a half ago in Denver. His name's Chad Shane, and he's very good. He can hang line one with the best of them, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, David, that Denver is right up there with Columbus, and but we can't discredit Houston. I mean, what they did was awesome, and I think they
Yeah,
have
they
great
beat us.
leadership. They have great leadership, which involves great chemistry. And you're right, David. The weaker teams, like were perceived to be Indy, we're coming for you. Do not overlook us, or you will pay.
And this is coming. I got to give Rick a little shout out. This is coming the guy that just won the New York City APP gold medal men's with Jaime Oncines, who is also a top player in Naples. So well represented there, right? Congratulations. That was exciting. And you beat a couple people, right, from our group, Mircha and Paul, and Mircha, Marceau, and Paul, and in the championship game. So we had a lot of great representation at the New York City Open. So well done, Rick, first of all.
Well, thank you very much. Memorial Weekend is always really special to me. It's when my brother died, was May 25th, Memorial Day. And, obviously Todd played Jimmy Connors at the U.S. Open, and, now Ben Shelton will be there. Benjamin Todd Shelton will be there in a couple of months, and I'll be right back there at that site. So it's actually extra special for me. I won it there with Peter Prodnov last year. Jaime and I, we didn't lose a game. We won 1 and 3 in the finals. And when he and I are playing Newport, we won 4 out of 5. So I really, like David said, a few podcasts ago, when you feel that person that makes you just feel so comfortable, a lot of people feel comfortable with Jaime, but I feel like our length and our abilities, I'm not sure what you do to beat us. I mean, we're beatable, but I just don't think it's going to be that easy. So I feel very comfortable out there. It was our best gold medal match that we've had. So thank you.
Well done. Did you get a chance to see in the mixed match? Jose DeRisi also, the Princeton team, and Alka Strapoli, they won, right? That's Alka's name generally has not been up there in the gold medal for senior pro, but that's a great win with her and Jose DeRisi beating Teresa Tarn and Jaime in the finals. Did you get to see any of that? And wow, that's a great win for them. Yeah.
I didn't get to see that. Jose's a great leader, and Alka, I'm really proud of her. She's dealt with a lot in her world, and she's really resilient, and I'm not surprised she wasn't afraid to be there. I will say the top women weren't there, and the draw was wide open, and there was anybody's guess who was going to win that. So kudos to Jose and Alka for stepping through that door and seizing the moment.
Yeah, and Paul Olin got 2 medals, a bronze in the mix and a silver, like we said, in the men's. Well done for him. Well done for Natalie Shaw, who also got 2 bronzes, 1 in the women's and 1 in the mix. And also, let's give a shout out to Karen Coaches.
Yeah,
she won the singles for women's, huh?
She keeps winning at singles. Yeah,
so we had
her and Cantillon have a nice little battle. Cantillon Ellers, Matt Endura's wife. She's a great new player that just became 50, but they seem to battle it out tough in these senior pro singles matches. So she's really doing well.
And Paul Olin actually got a medal in the singles. I think he got silver.
Well. Okay, so you got 3 medals then. You got 3 medals. Yeah, that's great.
Credit him. I did not play singles because I was doing a camp, but I'm super happy for Paul to have a great tournament. He's awesome.
Yeah, no, we've had a lot of great representation at the New York City Open from our NPL, so we're really excited about it. So let me go to Jen. Anybody that stood out from your point of view from last week that is a hot take that someone's going to keep on rising and be a star, someone that's not one of the predictable ones that we had thought?
I can't think of something like just one person in particular. I would say that I think our team, Austin, I'm feeling
I gave you this question about 30 minutes before the
I know.
podcast
I'm
started.
tired today.
And you still don't have an answer.
Okay, go to George, and then I'll think about it.
Oh my goodness. I'll say something. Talking about Kansas City, there's two other players that I think will be stars. Paul Samela, right? Rick, you know Paul Samela.
Big
I
serve,
saw
yeah.
him play. I think he's going to be great, and he won some great matches this weekend. Yana Brister's tough as nails, so I'm really impressed about it. And another one, our owner, Darryl Wyatt, I saw him play. Like hasn't played a lot, but he is all over the place. He is fast. I think we've got some people, like you said, in our team that's really going to take a step forward at the end of the year. It's going to make an impact. So I'm really high on our team now after seeing them play week one.
I also want to mention in New York, just for a second, we played two owners in our first round, second round. It was Darryl Wyatt and Scott Trevathan. Yeah. So we got to play them, and that was really fun for me to be on the court with those guys. It was a good match. You can see both those guys are talented, and Darryl's just at the tip of the iceberg of his talent. And then we also had people like Shea Coker wearing his Columbus Hot Shots shirt, and I wouldn't be able to wear my in-driver shirt, but some of these guys got away with wearing their NPL shirts when they were playing. So kudos to them.
All I was going to say about our team was I had never played with John Hostetler or Lance Cowart on the same side. I played against Lance, and they were my choice. I practiced with both of them, played with both of them. When Sperling got injured, Hostetler went to line one, but those are that's pod two guys. I mean, those are some good choices for mixed. And then Scott's now with them, and we've got, we're solid. So
Jen,
so don't let the first, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Dave Weinbach is one of the top players, and he's on your team. So don't ever count him out either.
Well, and Hostetler, I know Hostetler, he's really good, but he's not the exact household name. He played phenomenal at Pod 1 with Dave. Dave's a great leader, but Hostetler did a great job being right there in stride. And they had some convincing wins against good teams.
And you're getting Connie Burnett
he had to fill in when Sperling. So that's where I was going with that. We had Connie and Yvonne gone. So two females.
Well, no, that's great. Well, look, let's bring on. I want to talk with Amy. I think she's got a lot of good tidbits about how she went 4-0. So, I would love to bring on Amy Blumrosen, who is the co-owner of the Houston Hammers. So, welcome, Amy.
Thank you, Michael, for having me on.
Well, first of all, congratulations. What a great first weekend. Honestly, none of us projected you guys to go 4-0 first weekend. We didn't.
You did not.
and I'm glad that I have an honorary shirt, the Houston Hammers, because I did wear it around a couple of days after that here back in Connecticut. Like, I'm an honorary member of the Houston Hammers. So, But congratulations. Did you expect to go 4-0 going into the weekend?
I think you guys underestimated us, and we knew and we know we have a team that is going to be one to watch out for. So our team has really good chemistry together, and I think we have a really good deep line, and we have some really great 2s and 3s, and they know how important they are, and they're going to be able to lift us up and help us go far.
What was your draft strategy? Tell us your draft strategy. How did you end up drafting all these players? Did you do a lot of scouting on them? Like, what was your secret to drafting such a strong team?
Secret was just knowing some certain people, getting some information from them. We drafted Sherry Porter as our number 1 pick, and I'd never seen her play. And so when I got to see her play at the U.S. Open in Naples after the draft party, I was so impressed by her play. We have a new nickname for her. Scott Moore pinned it, the quarter pounder, because she can pound the ball. So she's got a lot of strength, and being a left-handed player, I think adds so much value. So really impressed with her, and all the men want to play with her. Rich wants to play with her. Scott wants to play with her. She carries our men. And I think I think we tried to pick players that are good all-around players. We've got 3 left-handers on the team, including myself, Stacy Potter, and Sherry. So I think that helps out a lot. I think our mixed players, our mixed team went really far, and what kind of held us together and helped us win so many matches.
No, that's great. Were you more nervous focus on your playing matches? You're more nervous being kind of a coach owner of the Houston Hammers?
A little bit of both. I mean, I would say the most nervous of our team was Hugh. He's one of the owners of the team, Hugh Zhang.
Yeah.
He came out and watched. He would sit 2 courts away by himself, didn't want anyone to speak to him, especially during the nail biter matches when we were playing Austin and it looked like we may go to a dream breaker. He was 2 courts away.
Team breaker. Right?
Sorry, team breaker.
Yeah.
And then he'd come back and with a big sigh of relief. So I was so focused on cheering the team on. I was definitely nervous in my matches. It was my first time to participate in the NPL. Nervous and excited at the same time, playing with a new partner, Stacy. We'd never played together. 2 left-handers. I was also having to play the left side, which was completely new for me. So had a lot of learning lessons, came back home now and have been focusing on practicing on the left side so that Stacy and I can gel better together.
Hey, Amy, quick question for you. So obviously when you were playing, there's a possibility for distraction. I know as co-founder, when I'm playing, sometimes my mind wanders off to something that's not right on another court or with the facility or a referee.
Right.
Did you have any of that distraction when you were playing, or did you feel like you were able to just play as a player and not focus on the ownership side?
I would get distracted, not necessarily because of that, but just because of distractions in general. But yeah, I think because we have such a good team, I knew we had Hugh there. Romy is the manager of our competition, and we have 4 team captains. So we have 2 men and 2 women team captains, and they know their roles, and we rely on them. We did a lot of team bonding, and they know their roles, and we've talked to them about how important it is for them to make sure they're watching our teams and doing coaching and cheering. And so I knew we're a team that's in good hands with all of us, and so wasn't as worried about that. I was able to focus on my play, but I did get distracted in general just because there's so much great play going on. It's so much cheering and excitement, so that it can be distracting and just in general.
But you went 5-3, which is very good
Yes.
for a first time in NPL, and to have the pressure of your team being a team owner to go 5-3, that's pretty impressive. Amy, you must have had some really good wins over the weekend.
I did. I unfortunately lost to Jen, but there will be a next time, Jen. Jen has a big. Yeah, Jen got me. She has a big serve, and so we will meet again, Jen.
We will. I thought you played great.
Did she bone crush
you?
Her nickname's Jen Bone Crusher Gallwas.
I did not hit. I did not hit anybody.
No, she did not. Tina body bagged me, I think, once, and then on our road to the NPL, we had a couple of warm ups with the team, and I unfortunately body bagged one of our own players and gave her a bloody lip. So yeah.
Welcome to the team.
Is that the team bonding you were speaking of?
That was team bonding, yeah. So my goal is to body bag every player on the team before the end of the season. And I've so far gotten her. I did get Sherry and Helen as well while we were warming up.
Oh, my goodness.
So
you're the real hammer. You're the real hammer.
I'm little, but I'm mighty.
Yeah. And it does take a minute to figure out. I was like, oh, they're both left-handed. What? Because I always served backhands mostly.
Right.
And they're like, oh, wait, I'm giving them all forehands, because both of you.
Hey, Amy, I really like Romy. We're good friends. And, he was such a supporter of our league last year when he wasn't an owner. And I just wanted to give him a shout out for being so involved in our league before he was even an owner. I appreciate you, Romy, if you're listening. But how much of a role did Romy play in drafting your team?
Oh, for sure. Romy was instrumental. We had a couple of meetings before the actual draft. So Romy, Hugh, and I all got together because we'd all gone to combines. And so we all know the top players, and we all know y'all fight hard, Dave and Rick, and we know y'all's style, but it's the 2s and the 3s that are really make up the meat of your team. So going to those combines, watching those people play, and then we would get together and have discussions on who was on our wish list. But Romy definitely helped out in making some of those choices. But it was a team effort, and like I said, we took it very seriously. We were prepared. Hugh's very good at spreadsheets, and he made up all these spreadsheets of kind of here's how we anticipate it going, and if we don't get this person, then this person's our next person. So, we came prepared.
Yeah.
We came prepared to win.
Yeah. Tell me a little about Scott Moore. He's a Hall of Famer. He's on your team. He's this the over 60 plus, we call Masters player on your team.
Right.
By the way, shout out him. He won gold in Masters men's double in New York City at the Open, and he also got silver in the mix. How does it feel to have a Hall of Famer on your team who's over 60, but is as good as they get as far as the player is concerned?
I loved watching him play. I really did. I haven't been able to actually hit with him or play against him, but he's one of our team captains. He would come and watch some of our nail biter matches where we really needed to win. We were, in the third game, and he and Sherry would both be there discussing what the team needs to do. And at a timeout, they would both go out there and tell the team, hey, this is what I'm seeing. This is what you need to do. He gave me some great advice, and I'm just so appreciative he's on my team. I mean, some of the advice he gave me, it was like, it just clicked. And, that's what I need to be doing. So his advice is spot on, and I'm happy and lucky that he's on our team. Great player and great teacher.
Amy, I want to put you on the spot here for a second because you seem like you can handle the hot seat. Where was David George and Michael Chen on your cheat sheet in your draft board?
No comment.
Oh, come on.
Don't answer, Amy. Don't answer.
Michael knows. We wanted, no offense, Dave, I don't know you that well, but Michael, we wanted just because he was a hammer, but he went high. He went a lot higher than we anticipated. So.
Awesome. I love that. That's a Witsken comment, and he means it as a compliment. It's like a backhanded. That's what he told me last year. Dave, I really wanted you, but I certainly didn't want to waste one of my good draft picks on you. So that's basically what you're saying to Michael. That's great. I wanted to ask you, I don't know if you remember specifically your Sunday morning match. That's when you played Austin, and it was a nail biter, right?
Yep.
And I wanted to use that to highlight the fact that Houston ends up 4-0. Yep. Austin, no offense, Chen, ends up 0-4. Yet that match could have literally gone either way. I see some 3-setters. I see some 11-10 scores. And so I think that's kind of the epitome of what we're talking about with how close some of these teams are, even the perceived top and bottom ones.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, that last match with Rich and Helen was, went to 3 and was definitely a nail biter. And, we were just fortunate that they pulled it out. And I know you were down a person and someone had to step in, Jen, but I think all of the matches we played were, all equally tough against both Austin. All the teams we played were some really good matches. So, I came home telling everyone in my family and my friends how excited I was. I got to play some high-level pickleball, and that, all the players to me were really high-level and good.
Looking ahead, next weekend when we're in Columbus, you're going to have some exciting matches. I know you've already played Jen and the Austin team, but you're going to be playing the great Rick Witsken and Indy next week.
Yep.
You're going to be playing the undefeated Columbus Hot Shots. That'll be a great match to watch. Hopefully that's on center court. And also you'll be playing your friends at the Kansas City, Stingers opening Saturday morning. So just give a little secret between us, like what's going to be a lineup against Kansas City on Saturday morning? Who's playing pod 1? Who's playing pod 2? Just out of curiosity among us friends.
Good try, Michael. Okay, we'll do a quid pro quo, and you tell me your lineup too.
I'll tell you what I think our lineup should be, but I'm not the owner, the captain, so it's just be my best guess. My guess is David George will be playing line 1.
Okay.
I think actually this is my week off. The way we're doing it, we have 16 players. Everyone rotates a week off. So actually, I think this is my week off from playing. So I'll be more watching, scouting, announcing, all that. So I think you and I won't be playing against each other this week. But I
was looking for a good body bag. I wanted a body bag.
We can do that Friday. We can do that Friday practice. We'll do that Friday. If you're there Friday, we'll do that. But
Rick knows how it feels, right, Rick?
Oh, yes. We practice against each other, and those 2 points out of 20 you won, you did hit me with the ball.
But those 2 points will never be forgotten, will they?
Wow.
Did it
Amy,
ever feel
you're
so
gonna...
good?
We should have Amy on every week. We need to have Amy on every week just to bounce Rick out. I think that's good.
It felt good, Rick. It felt good. And I have video of you serving me dinner afterwards, and cleaning up for me.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I did. And we would prefer to hear from you than Michael, Amy. So thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
I will
Amy,
balance the two of you out.
what was your favorite thing, other than obviously your team doing amazing? What was your favorite thing in your first NPL event weekend?
I would say my favorite thing was being able to compete at a high level against people I would never probably get to compete against unless I was going to a tournament. I mean, I saw Daryl, the owner of your lovely team, Kansas. He and I both saw each other in the hallway, both had big smiles on our faces and said, how lucky are we that we get to compete at the age of 50 and above at this high level in a team event. And it truly is a team event because it takes the whole team to win. And how lucky are we that we get to do this? So I want to thank the NPL for being created. I want to thank you guys for putting, your money, your lives on the line to create this lovely organization, because it really is. It's so much fun. And I'm so thankful that we have it and that we get to compete and make new friends and have a team atmosphere.
Okay, Amy, doesn't it make you feel like, you just want to go, like, let's go again? Like you're ready, like,
oh yeah,
like this weekend.
I'm ready to go again.
Like Danae and I are like, once a month is not enough. Let's
right.
go, It's like you have to wait.
You should get a camera and follow Daryl around. That first weekend, every time he got off the court, I've never seen someone happier and so much of a smile. Yeah. He would just whisper, oh my God, I love every minute of this. And he was so excited.
He smiles more than me.
It was a lot of fun. Even when I lost, I was like, I'm so lucky I get to be out here. And, Stacy would be upset we lost. I'm like, hey, we're getting to play pickleball together. We're, shake it off. We've never played together and we're two lefties. So we'll get them next time.
So let me go back. You're excited about the NPL. So I know you were one of the first ones who really want to have a team in 2024. So when you and Hugh were talking about it, like, were you excited about being an owner, the potential of being an owner? What was it that attracted you to actually own a team versus just playing on a team?
I mean, when we first thought about owning the team, it never even occurred to me that I could potentially be a player on the team. I think we were just excited about being a part of something bigger in pickleball than just our local, playing at our local rec places. So Hugh and I, when I came to him and told him about the NPL. He's like, let's do it. Let's talk to Michael. And we just wanted to be out there and be in the community and make it a little bit bigger. And also, bring more joy to the community in Houston as well with, trying to create a fan base of Houston Hammers in Houston. And then the fact that we are over 50 and still are able to compete. Like I said, in the beginning, I said to Hugh and Romy and Hal, I will see how I do in the combine. If I don't do well, I won't play on the team because I don't really compete enough. So I don't get to play Jen or get to play that many women that often. And one of the things I'm looking forward to is getting my name out there more so that I could get a regular doubles partner and a regular mixed partner
you'll get one.
Oh yeah.
For APP
Amy,
there's a waiting list, I'm sure, for you, Amy, right now.
Despite what Rick says, you'll get one.
Okay,
Amy,
thank you. Yeah.
At the combine, you were the twinkle of my eye and the bruise on my chest, and you stood out big time at the combine. But I want to ask you, since your team is hosting one of our event weekends, what's a special something we can look forward to for your event weekend that you can maybe let the cat out of the bag?
Okay, you better start practicing your dance moves.
Oh yeah! Oh, I love dancing.
I got those.
Jen and Rick are in there.
Let's go.
So
let's go.
Practice your dance moves, okay? Because there's going to be some dance competitions going on Friday night.
Yeah. Well, listen, Rick and I don't need to practice. Those two need to practice.
Yeah. That's going to happen in September, right? That's the weekend 5. The final regular season weekend will be at your facility, which is really exciting. It'll be the first time ever that an NPL event where you played at a team's host facility, right?
Yep.
At the country club, at the Pickleball Country Club, which is just awesome. Yeah. So we're excited about it. And that could clinch the title for Kansas City Stingers, right?
It could clinch the top for Houston. Because you are going to be out cheered. Trust me, we are teaching the Houstonian people how to do the hammer cheer. So be ready for some noise.
Austin's going to come in too. It's Texas. It's the Texas battle. So
Hey,
will be
Jen,
a
hope is not a strategy, Jen, just so you know.
oh, you just wait.
You better start practicing your cheering. So we're going to be loud and
No, that's great. Well, listen, Amy, this has been exciting having you on. Any other thoughts? I mean, are you looking forward to the next few weekends? Are what is it about Columbus? Are you going to come up with a different strategy? You can use the same lineup. Just give me some tidbit that I can kind of know about the Houston Hammers.
we're bringing the hammers. We're bringing the hammers.
All right. Well, that's great.
Hammer time.
Yeah, and I like it. That's a good nickname. Even though
And
I'm
I
not on
like
the team,
Sherry's
I like
nickname,
it.
quarter pounder.
Quarter pounder. Sherry
creative.
quarter
like it.
pounder.
She's a tough player too. So you guys got a great
and-
team. You also have some local. Why don't you just one last talk about some of your local players that you have that have done well?
So we have Eric Quo. He is another Houstonian, and I played mixed with him in Houston. So we played mixed in the tournament together, which was great. We've got Mary Beth Henthorne from College Station area.
She's awesome.
She's our number one. She's our number one cheerleader. She's got the loudest voice and the loudest cheers.
She's awesome.
We've got Craig Bobo from the Austin area on our team, Rich Thunder Lopez, and then one of our subs is Dino. He's from the Conroe area. So we've got a good mix of Texas people on our team and close to Houston. So we're trying to build a Houston fan base, like I said, but we also pick these people because they're great players and they've got great work ethic and great, team. They're good team leaders as well.
Now, you seem like you have a great team. You've done a great job in the first year to build an incredible team spirit. And, I just want to wish you well, Amy. We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
I hope you come in, battling us for the championship, right, David, in the final week. So that's what we're hoping for.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you having me on. And I'm so grateful that the MPL was created and that we are all sitting here today talking about the MPL. And this is one of my cheerleaders right here. She just jumped in my lap. So
great.
Well said.
Thank you so much, Amy.
All right.
Thank you, Amy. Bye. See you in a month.
Bye.
See you, Amy.
Wow. She's a great interviewer, huh? Isn't she?
Yeah.
She's,
I love how she was teasing Rick.
I love that. Two. She hit you twice, Rick? She body bagged you twice.
I only remember one, and then I had to go check it out in the bathroom, and it looked like a raspberry.
Wow. Well, when I knew she was going to be good is the first time, remember the owners meeting? We had a little fun play after the owners meeting. She was hammering the ball. I'm like, this woman can play. She's not an owner, but she'll do well at the combine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the combine, she lit it up. And by the way, I just want to give a shout out to Rich Lopez on the Hammers. He was my Indy driver teammate. So was Mary Beth Henthorne. So they know how to win because they're champions. So I'm proud of those two bringing that whole bravado of a champion to that Houston team.
I just can't believe it took you over 35 minutes before you mentioned that. So I guess we'll go the over this time.
Well, I mean, you can't talk about it, so I might as well.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
maybe this year.
Well, we got a lot of exciting things to talk about, but, let's save it for next time. We're going to do this on a weekly basis going forward. Same time, same bat channel. But next week, I would love to talk about paddle, this whole paddle issue. We're not going to be allowing white paddles in our event because it's hard to see that ball coming out of white paddles. As you know, some of the Yola paddles got banned right before our first event. So people had to use Gen 2 paddle, right, including yours, Jen. I'd love to next week talk a little bit about the paddle situation, especially for seniors, right? For our eyesight might not be as good. The safety of the game. Should people wear glasses? So we'll save that for next time. But
wait a second, Michael.
Yeah.
You gave a good cliffhanger last time. Forget paddles.
Okay.
You said that you and Rick and George, not me, because I'm only positive.
Oh my goodness.
You were going to talk about the drama queens from the drama stuff that happened. And I said, it's not queens, it's the guys. And you said you teased it. And our 68 viewers want to know, what were you referring to? Because I didn't see any.
Double cliffhanger. It'll have to wait till next time.
Exactly. We can talk about next time.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah, there was some drama there. There was some controversy there, but that happens in a tournament. And there's some, people want to win, and there's some feistiness on pod 1. I would say it's never us pod 3 people. We all want to get along. We love each other.
Never the girls either. It's the boys.
No, I don't know.
That's wrong. That's wrong. There were 2 women involved.
Yeah.
David George was a great sport, had great sportsmanship when I played him.
Yeah. But we'll save that for next time.
He
You know,
is. He's a
we
good
can
guy.
talk a little bit about the drama. Look, it's only week 1. It's going to get heated up. There'll be some exciting things, but we'll let you talk about that next time. Well, with that, let's wrap this up because we got a lot more to talk about next week. But thank you so much, David, the Professor George, my teammate, and my leader of my team. We got Jen Bone Crusher Gallwas, who's got to live up to her name next time by body bagging a couple people. And we got Rick, Ripskin Witsken, Memorial Day gold medal champion, in honor of your brother, Todd, also the uncle of Ben Shelton. You know, go get him, Rick. Until next time.
French Open. Hey, French Open tomorrow. Let's go. Second round. Let's go, Ben Shelton.
All right. Until next time, this is Michael, Hammer Mike Chen, for Everything and the Kitchen Dink, where we go inside the NPL. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to the official podcast of the National Pickleball League. Please stay tuned as we will be back soon with our next episode as we go inside the NPL.